Welcome to the Cam Janssen Show. Let's go. Episode 1, baby. At the house. Got Matty Adams. Got Grant Salzman. Let's go. Isn't this nice? Listen, we've been on radio together a long time. We've done a lot of shows together. But to be able to do a show at your house when you're chilling at home is kind of nice, isn't it?
It's the best. It's the
Yeah,
best.
Matt thought he had to go all the way down to Eureka, Missouri.
I know. I thought I was getting in the car to drive to make about a 45-minute drive to do this show. So being able to come out of the bedroom, have a nice cup of coffee, and start the day on this show at my house, it makes it a lot better.
I don't live in Eureka anymore, baby.
Oh, I'm
I'm in
sorry.
goddamn St. Albans.
So-
The
Oh, yeah,
wealthy part of Cleveland County.
he's on top of the ridge on hole 18, probably overlooking it.
Yeah, man. This is nice to be able to do this. And next time, like I would have you at the house, Matty. I don't have extra cameras. Like
Right.
I'm gonna get a studio set up eventually for this shit, right? And
Yeah.
we could hop on here. We could have people come to the house. We could go to we could do all kinds of stuff. So this is just the beginning of a cool adventure that Grant and I want to do. So we want to have you be a part of it as well, man. Because we work together.
it.
I get you. We live in St. Louis. We think the same, you
Yeah.
know.
Just
we like
athletes having fun and shooting the shit. So yeah, I'm grateful that you guys want me to be a part of it. So this is awesome.
Let me ask you real quick, right off the bat, because I was creeping you out all morning, looking up all your shit. You know, like, is there a better feeling than hitting a walk-off home run at Busch Stadium when it's packed?
No.
Like, as a Blues fan, just so you know, as a Blues fan and a player, I've always admired baseball players and the acknowledge you get in St. Louis and having a home run like that, walking off like blah, and there's 60,000 people going crazy. Everybody's ripping your shirt. Like, is there a better feeling than that? Explain it.
I think the only better feeling than hitting a walk-off homer at Busch, packed house, would be winning a playoff game at home, going into the clubhouse, feeling like having the champagne pour in your eyes, feeling the burn, celebrating with the boys afterwards. Like those two feelings, like there's nothing that can top that moment for sure.
What do you miss the most? Like I still skate with the guys, right? So I
Right.
still get my fix. We have the alumni room. We have $1 million locker room for all the alumni. We all skate together. You know, a lot of guys that are still skating, you know, you score a goal out there, you still feel that like kind of that euphoric high you get. And then you hang out in the locker room and have beers afterwards. Is that like what you miss the most? Is just hanging with the guys after a win when you contributed? And all of a sudden you walk in the locker room, you get on the plane, you're like, fuck, I'm part of this, baby.
Yeah.
Is that what you miss the most?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I miss like putting the uniform on and going out there and competing on the field. But to your point, Cam, like that's the best is hanging out in the clubhouse, cracking a cold one, sitting around with the boys, talking about the game, what we did good, what we didn't do good, what we can do better the next night. And then if we're going on a road trip, we're hopping on the bird and it's a party 40,000 feet up in the air.
So is
So
that
yeah,
really,
that's the stuff I miss for sure.
so for both of you?
Oh, go ahead.
For both of you, do you actually think about like, man, I miss hockey, I miss scoring, I miss fighting, or I miss hitting bombs? Or is it really like if you wake up in the morning, you're like, man, I just miss the guys, I miss that locker room, I miss that clubhouse? Like, is that the thought you have more often than actually playing the game?
You go ahead, Cam. Go first. Yeah,
I miss the high. I can't replicate that. Shit, we might do a really good show right now. Like you'll get a little bit out of that, right? Or you do a good podcast and people are like, good job, Cam. Yeah, that's cool. But I miss like walking in the locker room. I got a cut over my eye. I bled for the team. You know, everybody's like, yeah, fucking A, baby, let's go. Like that's what I miss. That euphoric high that you can't replicate unless you snort a bunch of heroin, which I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna do that anymore. So yeah, that the high. How do I replicate the high? Do I go golf and get a hole in one? You know that's not fucking happening, Grant. So how do I replicate that? Hanging out with you guys like this, making people laugh. That's I did an auction last night in front of 500 police officers, and I put on a comedy show. And afterwards, I raised a shit ton of money, and I'm like, fucking A, baby. I'm driving home. I'm jamming out to heavy metal. I got my high, right?
Yeah.
So how do I replicate that? There's ways to do it, but it'll never match coming in bleeding. Everybody's high-fiving you. We're all hugging each other after a win. That's my answer. What do you think, Matty?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think, you coming in, your uniform's dirty. You laid it all out on the line, left it all out on the field, and you coming in the clubhouse, like win or lose. Even the
Yeah.
losses, even if it's a tough loss, you're still hanging with the boys. It's still a high. It's still,
Yeah.
you're still fought tooth and nail to try to get that win. You went to battle with your brothers, and like Cam said, like you're not replicating that on this side of the game. Yeah, we can do shows, we can do media.
Not a win.
Cam's yeah, minus the drugs.
Yeah.
um, like Cam still puts his skates on. He still goes out there with the guys. Like our alumni group, we don't get out on the field. We don't take batting practice. We don't do that stuff. But that's the stuff that like the both of us sounds like we miss the most, is just being in the clubhouse, being with the boys, because that's our family. Those guys are our family for 7-8 months out of the year. We're with those guys more than we are our regular families. So that's the high. That's the stuff that like I miss the most, is going into the field and preparing to go to battle with my brothers.
Well, Matt, if you want that camaraderie, can I interest you in subbing for my slow pitch softball team?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need a
that's what
lefty
you need.
bat. I think it's about 250 to right field. I think you'd have a fun time there.
The biggest question is there unlimited home runs?
You only
Because
get 4. We can save them for you.
That's a good question right there. Unlimited
Yeah.
home runs. They're not having. Dude, why don't you guys do that though, Maddie? Like we fucking skate all the time. Like we're skating all like it just you go out there, you sweat your ass off for 40 minutes, like you get in a sauna afterwards, like you're all just chilling. Like for baseball guys, like what can you do? Like what can you do to bring you guys, like all the alumni? I just almost ran over Ozzie Smith again, by the way, Grant. He was golfing the other day. I almost fucking ran him over again. He drove out in front of me again. I go, oh shit, I go, hi Ozzy. He didn't hear me, but I almost killed him. But he's golfing, but like all these like ex-players, like you guys should have your own like softball stadium and locker room and play slow pitch
that would
together.
be sick. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I know, like I got asked to do it last week. We did like a camp, like a play ball clinic through like MLB. So like there was 6-7 alumni that were down at Busch Stadium, like put on like 300 kids came through, and like we had like, so that like, yes, it's not us going out there together and like taking batting practices and stuff, but we're giving back to the community. We're helping, grow the game. We're giving instruction to the kids that love the game of baseball, that want to get better, and we were able to do it at Busch Stadium. So like that, like in itself, is a little bit like, I mean, it's not the same as all 10 guys being out on the field taking batting practice, taking grounders, and having a blast out there. But that's a way that we're able to stay connected and give back to the community.
God, Busch Stadium's so cool. It just is, man. Again,
when are we going to get you down for the tarps off section, Cam?
Well, because I'm look at how pale I look. Look, God.
I hear there's a
you got to pull at your St. Albans house, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I do. I need a tan. I need to probably starve myself for at least a week and a half. I need to get stranded on an island somewhere and not have any food. And then when I come back, I'll do it. That's how bad it, dude. I put weight on. Maddie, I eat so goddamn much. I drink. I eat. I should get gout here soon, I think. Like, I'm going to get the king's fucking gout. I just know I am. It is what it is. I love eating, man. I love cooking. Like, how are you? Because you went through so many weight fluctuations in your career, and so did I. I got fucking weighed in every single day, naked, in front of everybody. And if I was fucking a pound off. Everybody's like, oh shit, Jenny, you're gonna have to get bagged after practice. You're gonna have to get tortured because you were a pound off. Like that was an everyday ordeal for years and years and years. Now I'm a goddamn disaster. I went from that to now a slob. Like, how are you keeping up?
I'm grateful that the locker room was not that bad with baseball weigh-ins, but I wish that I would have made the transition and made the healthier lifestyle change earlier on in my career because I dealt with a lot of injuries. It was after my major hip injury in 15 where I tore the tendon off my hip bone, where I knew that like I needed to make a change. I was playing overweight. I was having a lot of freaky like injuries. Um, and then my wife now was my trainer that I met. She was working for the Cardinals in 16. She came down to spring training. I interviewed her because I knew that like I knew her background. I knew she worked with a ton of professional athletes, and I knew that I needed to make a change. So I hired her, and she came in. She cleaned out my pantry, uh, portioned everything out like to where like it took the way that I am, Cam, like if I don't have to think about it, I can just grab something and know that that's the portion that I need to do, like that's healthy, then I'm good. And that's what she helped me with. And it's still like, I mean, I'm not as strict now, like that I'm not playing, but like I still get in the gym. I just started with going to one of her friends. It's a personal trainer here in Clayton. My stepson works out with him. Red Fitness Lounge over there by 801 Chop House. Um, Having a blast doing that. So I'm back like in that like feeling of like working out with a group, like pushing everybody. And then we cook a few nights a week, and then I know what I need to look for whenever we're going out to eat to where I can stay on track. I don't drink a lot. I'll dabble in some red wine, but I'm not a big drinker, so I don't have to worry about
Good for you.
the excess
Good
calories
for
coming
you.
in from the liquid form.
How bad was
Good for
or how
you.
hard was that, Matt, when you were first kind of making that transition? Because I can imagine, especially when you're playing 162, you're done at, I mean, sometimes 10 o'clock, you're getting out of the clubhouse. You're hungry. You just want to eat. Like, how hard was that to kind of start that routine of, I guess, being kind of strict about your diet?
Yeah, I like for me, like it really started in the off season after the 16 season was whenever I got really, really strict. I lost 37 pounds and like 12.5% body fat from I would say the end of October till I weighed in at spring training, the end of January. So that's whenever I really got strict, and then like so I knew going into spring training what that routine looked like. So it was easy for me. I would say the last month of that off season, I started eating like I would like based on if I had a night game. So like I knew that like once I went into the season, I wasn't having to think about it. I was just already in that routine. I was in that transition, and I was just able to continue that over.
And Cam
So do
obviously
you
said that like the Blues are strict. I mean, obviously hockey strict about your weight, Cam. Did anyone with the Cardinals like push you, Matt, or was it solely you? Was anyone kind of like, hey, maybe if we lose a little bit of weight, we're gonna be
yeah,
healthier, or was that
you
just
could swing
your
better?
decision? Yeah.
No, that was I mean, I like that year, like that was solely like like I knew that I wanted to make that change. I hired Kim, like that was like my decision. But like the years past, like the front office, the strength coach Pete Prinzi, like they were on me. They're like, dude, you gotta make sure. Like the one year, the one off season when I was still living in Pennsylvania, they sent out the team chef to like
Huh.
kind of teach my family and I like how to cook. um, I was like, this is
Oh,
crazy. Like he like took us to
that's
the grocery
awesome.
store.
That's
Yeah, he took us to the
awesome.
grocery store. Um, Taught us like he like cooked like 4 or 5 different like meals that were like healthy. So like and like my mom and dad bought in that off season, and then but I definitely it doesn't sound like it was as strict as the Blues, but yeah, I mean definitely there were people on my ass about getting in shape and wanting to make myself healthier.
Well, this wasn't the Blues, by the way. When I got to the Blues, we didn't get weighed in. So
Oh,
it was like freedom. This was with the Devils.
Gotcha.
When I was 18 years old, Lou Lamoriello sniffing down your back, watching you get weighed in every day. And like people bitch about different things like, dude, you got evaluated every day naked on a goddamn scale. And then if you're not where you're at, you're getting fucking bagged on the ice for 2 hours afterwards. Like you're a young kid. Like it's discipline. It's good for you. Like, do you eat? So, okay, I know you don't do drinking is numero uno for me. Kate makes me whatever the hell I want. Well, I have a meal in there right now, sitting down. I have eggs with this lovely this. I have cabbage on the side. Then I have sauerkraut here for my gut health. Then I do a protein shake from First Form. Then I do my vitamins. Then I do my greens. I do like I have everything there. But I drink a lot of beer. I drink beer. I'll crush beer. You don't even know that I had fucking 10 beers because I act normal. It's not good. That's where I'm at. That shit sits in your gut so bad. I'm not a whiskey guy. Like I go to all these like auctions and stuff. Everybody's fucking whiskey. I'm not allowed to drink whiskey anymore because when I do, I get a little cray-cray. So I don't do that. But if you drink whiskey, you're not putting weight on. But I drink beer. So you're not getting sloppy drunk, but I'm getting goddamn fat. So that's my problem.
What about tequila? You like tequila?
Yeah, I do. To be honest with you, Maddie. Tequila's probably the best hardcore liquor you could have for yourself. It's pretty.
Right.
It's pretty natural. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but people do say if you look it up, like whiskey's probably the healthy, or no, tequila's probably the healthiest thing for you. That's why all these goddamn celebrities have all these whiskey or tequila brands out, and they're making a shit ton of money. Then they sell them, and they sell them for like millions of dollars, and then somebody else picks it up and they blow it up and stuff like that. Just like Codigo, which Brett Hall started, and Jackman's involved, and country singers and whatnot. It's called Codigo Tequila, and they're making a killing on it. But it's for me, it's beer, man. That's the thing. But I will say, like, I'm driving home. I got to drive so far to where I'm calling Kate and I'm like, fucking starving. She's like, well, I don't have that much here. I'm like, okay, where am I going to go? Then I pass through everything and I'm like, what do I want? What? I'm going to go to Popeyes tonight. Then I spend $50 at Popeyes to get so many chicken and I crush it. And then, my stomach's beat up for fucking 2 weeks. I crush it. Dude, these fast food places when I'm driving by, I'm like, God damn it. I go right in there.
You want to know what the crazy thing is about the fast food I saw the other day? And this is where I don't know if it's AI or whatnot with Chick-fil-A. But this person went through the Chick-fil-A drive-through and they called it a protein bar. But it was just a chicken's piece of chicken in their wrapper with no bun, and they called it like, oh, this is Chick-fil-A's protein bar. And it's like 260 calories, 30 grams of protein, no bun, but it's still deep fried. So like you're still.
Oh yeah,
not great.
Well, they got healthy stuff. Like if I ran a fast food business, or if I owned one, I would own it. I would like to own a Chick-fil-A. Again, I don't know the ins and outs of that, but it's the most. You go into that place. You look at the line, you're like, oh, this line's out the wazoo. It goes by so quick. Everybody's nice. Hi, how you doing, sir? Boom, real quick. Boom, boom. What do you need? Boom, boom, boom. Goes really quick. Everybody's disciplined. Like it's a really well-run machine they have at Chick-fil-A. Sometimes I'm waiting at McDonald's. This guy, he's just like, what do I do? I'm like, give me my fucking food. It takes 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah. Then, the food shit. But Chick-fil-A is pretty solid, man. It really is. But, when you work out, like I crave food. The beer situation's hardcore. And even getting up and working out now, man. Like I'm just being honest. Like I worked out so goddamn hard 5 times a day doing strength, then sprints, then ice, then going to camp and getting stretched out. And then like it's an all-day ordeal. Like it's work. And so once I retired, I'm like, fuck, I'm done working. And then you put on 20 and you're like, well, okay. Then you try to get back into it and you're like, my body's just not. I used to be a killer, man. I used to be like, let's go challenge each other, chirp each other in the weight room. Like, fuck you. I'm stronger than you. No, I'm faster than you. I'm this. and now you have competition. Now I sit around with my goddamn dogs, and you ring a bell, and then Kate makes me food.
No, that is another thing that I miss, like in the clubhouse, is pushing each other in the gym, because that was fun.
Yeah.
Uh, you're professional athletes, so they're like anything you do, it's a competition. You want to be better than the next guy. So it's like that. That's another thing that I would add to the list that I miss from my playing days is pushing one another in the gym and just trying to outdo the guy next to you.
What do you like now, Maddie? Like, okay, I'll give you an example. Dude, I'm into all kinds of weird stuff. I'm looking up shit left and right. Conspiracy fucking theories.
I
Did
was
you
gonna
see
say
that
you're
girl?
a big conspiracy theorist guy.
I'm a motherfucker, is what I am, dude. I don't give a fuck. I don't have kids. I am reading psycho shit all fucking day. Did you see that girl that got thrown off the
In
bridge?
Brazil.
Oh God. What
Dude,
the fuck
just
was
two
that?
people walked her out and just threw her off the edge.
And everybody's like, there's nothing attached to her. And she fucking falls 40 meters. And then the boyfriend, I think, was filming it.
Yeah.
He was filming it. And he's like, wait a minute. What? And they throw her off. And then he gets arrested because he loses his fucking mind. And then
I would have
those
lost
guys
my
that
mind
threw her
too.
off, dude, the guys that threw her off fled the scene and got arrested that night.
Yeah, the Brazil, like the police, they sent helicopters and everything to try to find them.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, why would you fucking do that? Did you see even the people that when they threw them off, even with the bungee cord, they got to have this like angle where they don't hit the goddamn brick? What are people doing? Like, see, I get weird about that shit, dude. I guess because I read so much shit, like, don't throw me off a fucking bridge. I'm not doing it.
First of all, I'm afraid of heights, so you're never gonna catch me up on a ledge trying to bungee jump. I have a hard enough time walking onto a secure airplane flying from here to Chicago, which is a 45-minute flight. Like I can't do heights. I can't do it.
I don't think I'd want either of you on a bungee jump on a
No.
cord. I don't.
No,
I wouldn't
the
trust
cord
that.
would break.
Yeah, you said it, not me. Both of you. You guys, you're big guys.
Right, you can do it. Did you see the plane in Butler, Missouri?
Yeah,
went down.
Skydivers, right? What happened with it?
See, when these plane crashes go down, people always ask, "What happened? What happened?" We're not going to know for a month, right? They're going to have to get that black box. They're going to have to look at everything. It's probably engine failure, just like we saw with Greg Biffle the other day, who was a NASCAR driver. And the Greg Biffle situation is so weird because he hired his buddy to fly his plane. They were in a rush to get down to Florida to do an event, probably to raise money for charity. Greg had all his family in there. He hires his buddy to fly, and his buddy had his 20-year-old son in the co-pilot. And he didn't know what the fuck to do when things went down. The engines both went out, and he didn't have the right adjustments because he's a 20-year-old kid that Greg Biffle relied his friend to have. It's just the whole scenario. And they went down. They couldn't land it back. But you don't know these plane crashes, what happened until about months later, and they get the black box and they put all the pieces together. It's fucking scary, man. It's scary.
And I don't know if it's just because like it's on my feed on social media, but I feel like there are more plane crashes in 2026 than there were like back in the 80s, which is wild to me.
Well, look at what just happened with Yachty.
What that is.
Right.
What is
right? That was wild.
Yeah.
Which one? What are you saying, Brent?
The plane that was in the Dominican that crashed in the Dominican Republic that was on its way to Austin to pick up Yachty and his family.
Oh my God. Did you see that fucking thing? Dude, if you look at the video, and then we'll play that too. If you look at that video of the plane crash, if he didn't have the landing gear down, and they would have, they didn't have time. See, again, we needed a black box. There's things that are gonna, but if he put the landing gear down, thinking that he could fly and get to the runway, but he missed the runway because the engine failure and the the wheels that were down hit the ground, and the ground was unstable. And once that fucking engine hits the ground, so it's like it's hitting like, oh, they're okay. And then one little bump, and then the engine hits, and all that fuel, they weren't able to dump the fuel, and boom, they're dead.
Yep.
That was Yachty's family. Could you
Well,
imagine?
well, no, it was like they were on their way. It was just two pilots, but they were on their way to pick up Yachty and his family.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Could you
That's
imagine?
one thing. I cannot fly on those tiny planes. I could never do it. The commercial
Dude, that was a
airplanes are
jet.
scary
Wait,
enough.
Grant. Yeah, you would. Here, I gotta stop both of you. Okay.
This guy's a PJ expert, Grant.
I mean,
He loves-
Grant's like, I
he
wouldn't
loves
fly on a
these
private jet.
things.
Yes, you would. You would fly on a fucking private jet if you had the goddamn money. You're not gonna fly on a commercial jet. Commercial jets are the private jets are actually more safe than anything because you could hire your own pilot. This was a catastrophe. This was a catastrophic failure of the engines, which could happen at any time. So I like when people say, "I would never get on a." Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Not the private
If
jet.
we blow
The
this
tiny
fucking
planes.
thing up, you're getting on a private jet.
The tiny planes are the scary ones, like the 4-seat planes that are actually not private jets.
Auto jumpers.
That I would never get on. Those.
Yeah, I'm not getting on a prop plane. Like never. But like I've flown on we were in Norfolk, Virginia, playing in AAA in 2023, and there was 5 or 6 of us, all had major league time, and we didn't want to take the 11-hour bus ride back to Rochester, New York, so we got a little 6-seater plane, cost us each $2,000, and we were on the ground in Rochester, New York before the bus even got out of Virginia. So yeah, you would do it. You would do it, Grant.
I would do that.
I will never. Yeah, you will. You will.
Because a lot like what a lot of people like. I mean, I feel like a lot of people know this, but a lot of the private jet pilots are ex-military, are ex-Air Force, ex-military. Yes. Like they're well versed in flying planes.
So what are those plane rides like when you're on your team, like Cardinals, Nationals, Blues? What are the Devils? What are those like after a game, after a big win? Like how much fun are those plane rides?
Oh, dude, it's a party it's a club in the sky, 40,000 feet from the time you take off till the time you land. Guys are gambling, playing cards, cocktails are flowing. There's probably more than one speaker on board. One of those big speakers. You got the rookies that carry the speakers on board. And it's just it's a mess, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a unique thing, and I've been on so many different private jets. You know, the Devils had a really good one, but then I got traded to the Blues, and they were going through like a rephase with ownership. So we had a cheaper plane, and it was just like the 3 seats. So you came and lift up the fucking thing. You're sitting like this, like it wasn't. It's like a commercial jet, but it's just you guys on there. So it's private, but it was commercial. Now the Blues, dude, I get on their plane now. They have it's 3 or 4 different sections. So you got the brass up front. They can't even see anybody in the back. No one even goes to the back. That's where all the media is. And in between is all the players. They have any kind of food you want, any kind of beer you want, any kind of wine you want. You got fucking lobster. You got fucking steak. You got all these snacks. Anything cooler of anything you want. It's the nicest experience. You don't even know that you take off. You don't even know that you land. No, you don't. You don't even think about it. You're playing cards like back and blah, 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 baby. What's up? And we're in the air. We're 40 minutes away. You don't even know you're flying. You're just hanging out in a room with your buddies for 3 hours. That's how it feels. So the difference between that and going through commercial bullshit, it's unbelievable. They got it so damn good. And you know what? Rightfully so. The Blues deserve that. The Cardinals, you guys should have LA has 2 planes, don't they?
Yeah.
The Dodgers, they got 2 monster fucking jets that they pull, I guess, the media on one and then everybody else on the other. And the other plane gets out quicker, the players, just so they have, and then the equipment goes next or whatnot. So they don't have to wait for the equipment. That's when you have real time money, baby.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
No,
but it's great because you go straight from you get on buses at the stadium, you go straight on the runway. You'll do I think it's random security Five
Always
guys.
me.
The travel secretary picks 5 or 6 guys to get screened right there on the runway, and then you're loaded on the plane. And then once the last person's on board, the door's shut and you're in the air to wherever city you're going to. It's an unreal experience, and it makes being a professional athlete like it's a very cool feature to
You
you
separate
know.
yourself
Yeah,
from everybody else.
100%, 100%.
It is what it is.
Now,
It is
what's
what
it
it
like
is.
though? Like you mentioned the party. What about like after a particularly like crushing loss? Like I'm not talking about like you lose game 40 of the season in July or in October in the NHL. Like after you lose a playoff series or a playoff game, like is it more solemn or are you still kind of are the vibes still high or what's that like after a real tough loss?
The vibes aren't as high. I
Yeah.
mean, at least in baseball, like if you're losing, if you have a crushing loss, like playoffs or like even late in the season that like could swing the standings one way or another, like that plane ride's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Like
One of
not a
those you
lot
want
of
to get
music
off.
going. Like and if there is music going, it's very subtle. There still may be like a card game or two going on, but it's not loud. There's like guys aren't running around. Like it's very like subdued.
Maddie, you're 100% right. And I'll give you an example. Like you win a game, you're on a, everybody's like, fuck him. Well, when you lose and you're in a bad spot, you lose 5 games in a row and you need to win those fucking points. Like, don't get me wrong. Like Doug Armstrong will kind of look back and be like, what the fuck's going on back there? Lou Lamoriello might take a walk from the fucking front of the plane to the back just to see what the fuck's going on. What's going on back here? We lost 5 in a row. We lost 5 games in a row. I'm looking around like, so you're more like this. So I got my chew in my mouth. Am I good? Like, no, you better fucking realize that you need to get your shit straight. And if you're loud and happy and party, no. Like Alexander Steen's gonna take over. Like, you don't think he's gonna look back and be like, you he'll get somebody, but tell these motherfuckers he might walk back himself and kind of look at everybody. Everybody's like this. Like, if I'm a GM though, I'll tell you this right goddamn now. And I was a party guy. We all know that. But if you're losing and I'm the GM of the team, I'm looking, if it's loud back there, I'm fucking walking back too. And I'm looking everybody in their eye like, you better get your goddamn shit straight. We got work to do. This is a
Yeah,
fucking business. Yeah, this is
100%.
nice. I could send you down. I could send you down. I could fucking DF you. No, you better get your shit going because we
Yeah,
just lost 5 in a row. So
right.
yeah, the vibe is completely different, Grant.
Well, and I think like what helps with that is when you have leadership on the team, guys that have been there, done it, understand, um, like when's a good time to get after it, when's a good time to kind of back it off. That's what was so cool with like the Cardinal teams that I was playing on, Yachty, Waino, Matt Holliday, Carlos Beltran, Berkman, like freeze. Like we had leaders in that clubhouse where like the manager, the front office did not have to say anything. Like those veteran guys kind of policed the clubhouse and we knew like just based on how they led us, we knew whether the plane ride was able to like get out of hand a little bit, be a little bit louder, or we needed to like stay in check and like, maybe do our homework on the plane, maybe watch video for the next series, like
Yeah.
that kind of
Yep.
stuff. So I think it goes back to like having veterans on the team that know how to lead, but like to Cam, your point, like Steen's been there, done that. He's played in those big games in the playoff, like
Yes.
and having a guy like that as a GM now, like that's going to be huge for the Blues.
I agree. I agree with that, man. And let me ask you though, with Yachty, who's seen like he doesn't. You don't really see too many interviews. Like you do, but you don't. Like he's kind of quiet, I guess. Like did he when he was on the plane? Did he sit by himself? Did he play cards? Did he drink? Did he just watch a movie? What was he doing? Like what's Yachty all about?
On the plane, Yachty was one of the coolest guys to be around. He loved playing cards. He loved like he would walk up and down the aisles, talk to everybody. Like he was just he was a top notch person to like be teammates with. Like he understood the assignment. He was like our captain without the C on his chest. Like everybody knew that Yachty kind of ran shop. Um, he got after it a little bit. Like he picked and chose. Like he knew, like, if he had a good game, like Yachty was gonna have some Blue Label on the plane.
Yeah, Blue Label. Yanni.
That's
Did
his
he seem?
go-to. That's his
Dude, did
go-to.
he not in Wisconsin when you guys went up to Milwaukee? Did he not stay in the same hotel as you guys?
No, dude, he had
What's
he
that mean?
we like when I was there with him, like he always stayed at the Pfister with us. But the Pfister's haunted.
Yeah, that haunted hotel.
Yeah, so like I don't know. I think it was my last year with them before I got traded to Atlanta that he had like a bad experience in his room late at night. And after that moment, like I'm not gonna talk details because I don't think he wants people to know like what happened. But it was a bad enough experience where he came in the next morning. It was a day game. Like it happened late at night, early in the morning, whatever you want to call it. We had a day game. He walked in, told the travel secretary, he goes, "I'm never staying at the Pfister again."
What the fuck happened?
Wild.
Be bad.
He got
Because I want you know
he's
how
got some
I love
ghosts that came in his
Ghostbuster.
room with him and wanted to
Did
hang
some
out late at
fucking
night.
weirdo ghost come in and creep him out?
Dude, I'll
And
tell
he's
you.
like,
So I'll tell you. There's like a website out there that it's like athlete stories like in the Pfister
yeah,
about like what happened. So I was a rookie and I read this website and I hate that kind of stuff. Like I'm like, dude, I'm the type of person that I would have nightmares over that stuff. So I read something on that website. They were like, oh, if you talk to the ghost before you go to bed, you'll never have a problem. So here I
Jesus.
am. I'm a grown ass man. I go into my hotel room and I'm laying down before I lay my head on my pillow. I'm talking to Mr. Pfister and the ghost saying, "Hey, I'm not here to disrupt you guys. I'm just here to get a good night's sleep and go do my job the next day. So just please leave me alone." And
Jesus.
I never had like knock on wood, but I never had an instance with the ghost at the Pfister Hotel in Milwaukee.
Now,
Damn.
do the NBA teams stay there too that are going and playing the Bucks, or do they get a different one?
That
I
I
can
don't know. I know that I know now, like nowadays, I think there's a newer like luxurious hotel that like some teams
Yeah.
stay, even baseball teams. I think the Cubs stay in this new hotel. I want to say that there's only a handful of teams that stay at the Pfister still, but because there's a new one like right around that downtown area.
Because I can just imagine like LeBron and those guys like whisper into the ghost before they go to bed. Like, don't
All
haunt
the
me.
ghosts, I'd torture LeBron. I
Yeah.
would just torture. I would fuck with him all fucking night. You know? Is it weird though? But again, like it just shows Yachty like not too many people could just say that, right? There's a
Yeah.
ghost in my room. I need another hotel room down the road, and you guys got to set that up for me. And I'm not going to be with my team. Like, do the guys give him shit after this went down? Are the guys like, "Oh, fucking Ghostbuster, you okay?" Like, how can you not chirp, man? Even though
I'm
he's
sure. I'm definitely sure. Like, I'm sure that he got chirped for sure.
fuck yeah,
100%
do
he
the
did.
chirping yet?
100%. What's that?
so funny.
I said you weren't at the level to do the chirping to Yachty, were you?
Bro, you kidding me? There's no way that Matt Adams was going to Yachty Molina and chirping his
No.
ass. No way.
No way.
No way.
No.
Well, Matt, I wanted to
Not
ask
doing it.
you who gave you Big City nickname? Because was it David Freeze or is it something that just happened naturally? Because I
No,
think
Lance Berkman.
Okay.
Berkman gave it to me, and Freeze kept it rolling. So Berkman, 2012 big league spring training. I come in a little bit heavier, a little bit bigger, and I'm from like a small little town in central Pennsylvania of like about 1,000 people, 900 to 1,000 people, out in the middle of nowhere, out in the boonies. And Berkman came up to me one day, put his arm around me. He's like, "I'm tired of big guys being nicknamed Big Country, so we're gonna call you Big City." And it just kind of stuck. And he rolled with it in 2012, and then that next year in 2013, Freeze just kind of kept it rolling. And yeah, that's what I'm still like. I'll be, my wife and I'll be walking the dogs in downtown Clayton, and people roll down their windows and be like, "What's up, city?" Like it's just like
Yeah.
it's like what people like know me as, and I like to me, I'm biased because it's my nickname, but I think it's one of the coolest nicknames in sports.
Oh yeah, it is, and it's good that it came organically like that. Like, like some guys call themselves. I'll get Andy Strickland calls himself Strick Nasty. He calls himself Strick Nasty. Okay, because he got that from Biz Nasty, Paul Bissonnette, and now he copied it. So he's like, I'm Strick Nat. No, you're not. You called yourself that. But when somebody else creates the nickname for you and it sticks, and you're like, okay, and then you're good, right? Like
Yeah.
you didn't call yours. Hey, it's me, Big City in here. Yachty, get out of the way. I'm sitting down. That doesn't work that way.
But another one of our, our colleagues, Jim the Cat Hayes, in 2013, he kind of threw out like a message to his followers on Twitter. It was Twitter back then, X now. He shot it out. Matt Adams needs a nickname. What should Matt Adams' nickname? And people were following back with like these off the wall, like Jumbo Pepsi, Big Mayo. I go, Cat. I said, if you call me these names, I said, I'm never doing another interview with you ever again.
And the Cat, listen, he got his nickname organically too.
Yeah.
Yes. Like he didn't call himself the Cat.
Yep.
Somebody was it who Grant, we asked him a million times. I keep forgetting how that's
the old
was
owner of
TMA?
590, I thought. Was calling him the Cat for some reason. I don't remember how it started, but he's the one that started it, I think.
The owner of 590 back
or
in
maybe
the day.
I think Tim might have said something like made a joke
McKernan?
and called him the Cat, and then the 590 guy kept it going, and then it stuck. Did you have any nicknames, Cam?
Bam Bam, Janner, Jance, Cammer, Cam, Meat, which is very. I didn't like that at all. They called me Meat.
Dude, I like Bam Bam.
I like
Bam Bam, baby.
Bam Bam, sick. I like that.
Dude, I remember getting fucking chirped though, dude. Like, I remember looking up. This was before all this social media shit, but there were so many different little blogs about fighters and hockey fight tough guys, and they would. I would get so rattled because fans fucking hated me because I was loud. I kind of did my thing, and if they don't know you, they watch you on the ice. Like, I fucking hate this guy. But once they meet you, they're like, he's not like I want to party with him. But they called me Barney Rubble, and I go, Barney. The moron from the fucking Flintstones. They kept calling me Barney Rubble, and I'm like, I'm like, okay. And they just kept on all these little like fucking forums. Here's Barney fighting again, and I'm like, it hurt my feelings. It really did. Like, Barney, like that's not a compliment.
Yeah.
He's kind of a goofball. Then I realized they're probably right. You know what I mean?
What about you, Grant? Grant, you got any nicknames?
My friends call me Mike. I don't
Mike.
Mike, yeah, because my middle name is Michael, and they just
G-Mike's good.
Yeah, that's
close.
That was given to me at a young age, and I just kind of
rolled with it.
Some don't, and for some people call me Stan. It's like my really close friends call me Stan because I wore 6 as a kid. That was my number, and then someone just started calling me Stan. Like the guys I played baseball with would call me Stan Musial, which obviously I'm not, and I wasn't a lefty either. And then Stan was that's a very specific group of people who even know
that's not happening. I haven't created a name for you yet.
He hasn't created
I create names. I create names for everybody, and it comes organically. I still haven't figured out you yet, Grant.
Grant's a hard one.
I'm going to figure it out, and it's going to stick.
Okay.
And it might not be good. You might not like it, but once it happens, it's going to be there forever. But it hasn't happened yet. So
call you G Money.
G Money. That's a lot of people call me that too.
Hey, did you watch UFC 250?
What's that?
Did you watch UFC 250 the other night?
Dude, what a show that was.
Oh, dude, that was awesome. Did you see the one psycho heavyweight guy? He's kind of, I don't know if he's new, but his name's getting out there because he's a fucking weirdo. He goes on stage for the weigh-in and he pukes on himself. He's like,
yeah, it looked like applesauce.
Yeah.
Like he definitely had applesauce in his mouth and just.
And then he beats the fuck out of Derek Lewis, who's a straight up
Dude, he's a
heavyweight
great fighter.
knockout. Beats the fuck. Derek Lewis looked terrible. Like he just did it just to do it. And then he says in the post game,
Yeah.
he screams out,
I
Michelle
know
Obama
where
is
you're
a
going
nigga.
with it. Yeah.
I didn't like that, Grant. I didn't like that. I thought of
That's
you, and I'm like, that is disrespectful.
crazy.
Don't do that.
Dude, but how about Gaethje just coming in and kicking the shit out of that champ guy?
With
Taporia.
Tupera, what's his name? Like
Taporia.
that guy was like rated who went through a weird divorce. Like I kind of feel bad for him a little bit. Like I don't know what happened to him. Like he got divorced, and all of a sudden he's like one of the main contenders. And Gaethje beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, but dude,
and
what I didn't like about him,
Strickland was bashing him.
Yeah, but what I didn't like about him was like the night before he had a like a victory dinner with his team and people, and then like in the like his like video leading up to the fight, he had like went and laid a rose like in front of like Gaethje's like picture where like I'm like, dude, you're just asking for like karma's gonna bite you, and it did.
There you go.
It bit him.
I will say the craziest part about that was he's bleeding, he can't see, and he probably won round 4. Like I know they threw in the towel after round 4, but he probably won the 4th round, and he couldn't even like I don't know what he could even see out of his eye, and he probably won
that knee to the ribs, like I feel like you could hear the bone cracking on TV.
It gives me a headache sometimes watching it, dude. Like these guys. Listen, if we're back in the fucking day, these guys are winning wars for you. These are the guys that are going to win wars for you. These shit kicking, fucking middle of the United States, middle of whatever, fucking hardcore guys. Those guys are winning wars for you. So you look at them, you're like, God damn. But then they beat the fuck out of each other. And after being a fighter for so long, I'm like, I'm watching, I'm like, it honestly makes me spin in my head because they're fucking each other up so bad. I'm like, I can't. It's so hardcore. Gaethje throws so hard, dude. People are bullshitting saying that he put goddamn weights in his gloves to make it more impactful. No, he just knocks guys out, dude. He knocks guys out. Yeah. Sean Strickland tried to sneak in the fight. Did you see that?
Yeah, dude, he got escorted out of the fan fest.
So, dude, he's crazy. Do I agree with everything that says? No. I'm gonna look into the camera. No, I don't. But I like crazy guys like that. I respect them. I respect that he calls out Trump. He's calling out this. He's calling out like I respect that. Do I agree with everything? No. But I like guys that are like that. He's like, fuck that. You're not gonna invite me. I'm the fucking champ.
Yeah.
You're not gonna invite me to this goddamn thing. So he sneaks in, gets all this attention. Even the police that are escorting him out are like, hey, we love you, dude. You know.
Yeah, I know. Like the police officers have smiles on their face, like they're like having fun with them as they're escorting them out.
White's like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing it. What they had to put on, and people are bullshitting. Oh, this is a disgrace. No, you had fucking weird shit going on at the White House before. Like, let's be honest here. Donald Trump loves fucking UFC. He does. That's American through and through. It's fucking made here. This, you got the baddest ass people fighting this goddamn thing. Do it on the lawn. I said this from the get-go, Grant. Remember we're on the radio and everybody's like, Jimmy's like, I think this is ridiculous. I go, no, I think this is going to be kind of cool. And it turned out to be really, really cool.
Well,
the Kachuk brothers were there and stuff like that.
Awesome. The coolest thing was like how they had the first responders walking out like with the fighters. Like I think it's cool that they like highlighted that. People that put their lives on the line for this country, like they got a little like shout out during the fight. The flyover during the national anthem was sick.
Can you imagine you fighting and you see those fucking jets fly over and you're an American and you're like, let's God.
Dude, I'm getting the goosebumps right now thinking about it. And I love a good flyover. Like when you got the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds.
I was watching on my phone while the Stanley Cup Game 6 was going on. And I'm just going back and forth. And I was so fucking entertained by everything about it. The walk-ups to this, to that. We should have been there. My buddies were there. We should have been there, dude. That was one of the things. Like, if you can get into it, you gotta go.
Speaking of the Kachuk brothers, Matthew came straight. He went to he was at the UFC 250. He came in for a session 10 a.m. Monday morning.
There you go.
Locked in, dialed in.
That motherfucker. And you know he's partying.
You couldn't buy tickets to that thing, could you? Like, you could buy to the Fan Fest, but you had to be invited to actually go to the South Lawn.
I mean, they're Olympic gold medalists. Like, I thought it was awesome that they invited like the two of them there.
Matthew and Brady. No, Matthew. Well, they're both texting Trump. They both have his number and they text him. That's pretty fucking cool. I don't give a fuck.
That's awesome.
If it's fucking Biden, Kamala, Obama. If you have the president's number and he respects you, dude, I don't give a. That's why I hate when people are like, I'm not shaking. When these guys win and they don't want to talk to Obama. Remember, what's his name? The goalie from the Bruins who I ripped apart. Fuck, I forgot his name. He didn't want to go see Obama. I go, that is so stupid. You don't want to go to the White House because you don't respect Obama or you don't, you and his values aren't, whatever the fuck it is. Go shake his hand. He's your president. Same with Trump.
President of the United States. Like,
You're a fucking, exactly. So, like, I always hated that. So if you have an opportunity to meet the main man, even if you disagree with his politics, I don't give a shit. And you know how I am, man. Like, we all know where I stand with all kinds of different things. Like, I am all over the place, but I don't care if I truly disrespect or don't agree with anything the president does. I'm going to go there and shake his hand at the White House after a win and celebrate. I don't
like that's what was so cool. Like in 19, like when, like, dude, we were in DC. We were like the Nationals, and we won the World Series. Like, I'm going to the White House. I'm not missing this. The parade went down Pennsylvania Avenue. It was unbelievable. And then the next day, like, we partied with the Capitol. We went to the Capitals game. Went down, partied with Ovechkin, Oshie, the whole crew.
Really?
Yeah, they won the game in overtime, I think, and we were at the game. They had us down in the clubhouse afterwards. Brought in a cooler of beer, like we partied with, and then the very next day was we went to the White House and met the president. So it was like that. I was like, yeah, of course I'm going. Like, I'm not missing this. This is amazing.
I'm going to creep around that White House too and look for Hunter Biden's cocaine that he left in that mug.
The tunnels.
That's where.
Now, Matt, you guys got lucky too, because if you were like, I don't know, let's say the Astros would have won that World Series. Normally, you don't visit till your next time in DC, and that would have been during COVID. You probably wouldn't have got to visit. So you guys got really lucky that you were in DC.
Good call.
Yeah,
I was about to ask you that. Like, but I forget. You know, you could.
Yeah, no, we did it all. Like, we did it all right then and there, and then like we were out of town November 4th.
That's
like
cool.
We did the parade.
Anybody not go?
I think there was a couple guys that didn't go only because they had weddings. Like their weddings were set up and whatnot. But
that makes sense. But if you're not going because you're protesting. Like,
I don't think we had anybody on the team that protested the trip to the White House.
So Ovi and Osh had you guys down. Ovi's the coolest son of a bitch.
It was sick.
Ovi.
It was awesome.
Who you waving to?
Stepdaughter just got home.
From what? It's 10 o'clock. What'd she do? Go work out?
Yep.
All right,
workout family.
We probably need to wrap up here soon, but I want to ask you, obviously everybody thinks of you, they think of the home run off Kershaw or winning the World Series, but like, is there a moment for you that that you think about often that maybe the average fan doesn't remember you for or think of when they first think of you as a player?
Yeah, I would say it was another playoff homer. Not a walk-off, nothing like that, but 2013 against the Pirates, NLDS. I think it was game 5.
With walk-up pitching, yeah.
Melanson was on the mound. It was bottom of the 8th. I think we were up by 1, and Waino was still in the game. So like I hit a 2-run homer, and it allowed Wayno to go out there and throw a complete game, finish out the series, and send us on to the next round. So that one doesn't get remembered as much or like talked about because of the Kershaw homer the next year, but that one I hold a special place because like the Pirates were my team growing up. Like I'm from Central Pennsylvania, so I basically knocked them out of the playoffs and allowed Wayno to stay in the game and got a little bit of cushion so he could go out there and finish the ninth inning.
Dude, you had a great career, man. And I'm glad that me and you got to connect and hook up.
Hell
And we're
yeah.
going to be doing a lot of this stuff, by the way, just so
Yeah,
all
yeah.
you guys out there know. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. We're going to be sitting down, shooting shit like this, whether it's talking baseball, talking hockey, talking sports, talking politics. I don't give a shit. We're gonna entertain the people, Matt. So I appreciate you coming on, Matty. Grant, thanks for setting this up. The first one down, baby. This is the first one. I think we did
One
pretty
down,
good.
many more to go.
Do I look okay? I'm pale as shit. Good God. Why do you guys look tan and I look pale? What's going on with my camera, Grant? I blame it on you. Or am I just
Matt,
ugly?
I want to see you two in a golf match. You might have to give them.
Hey, dude,
strokes.
that's what we should do. We should mic up. We should go like mic up and play golf. That would be a blast.
Grant, we're gonna post. Grant and I golfed the other day, and I am so fucking terrible.
Dude,
I think
good.
it's gonna be
I'm
good.
terrible too. So it's great.
Maddie, it's so embarrassing how I am, and I'm part of this club here, and I think everybody looks at me and they like laugh. I think I'm the biggest joke in this whole country club, which is fine. I'll take that. But I think it's gold because of how bad I am. So if me and you are both bad and Grant's filming us, it's going to be really good content.
Yeah,
It's going to be really good. So he's got some content for us. We're going to be putting it out on the Cam Janssen Show on YouTube. Check out the Cam and Strick podcast. Follow Matty Adams. Follow Grant on all of our social media accounts. And we're going to bring out so much more content. This is the first interview. I loved it. You guys are great. We got plenty more to come. I appreciate you coming on.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Love you, buddy. Right on, guys.